Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. In the early 1800s, a woman was left behind on a remote island off the coast of California. Abandoned, alone, for 18 years. Her name was Juana Maria, though that name would only be given to her after her rescue. Before that, she was nameless, voiceless, surviving in silence. The events that led to her isolation began with the Russian-American company's hunt for sea otter pelts. In 1811, Russian officials dispatched a group of Alaskan Kodiak hunters to the Channel Islands. They arrived on San Nicolas Island, home to the Nicoleño people. A violent conflict followed. Most of the tribe's men were killed, and the remaining women and children were eventually relocated to the mainland. But one woman was forgotten, or perhaps chose to stay. According to one version, she boarded a rescue ship, but realized her infant child was missing. In desperation, she returned to search. The ship, threatened by an incoming storm, departed without her and later sank. And so she remained, utterly alone. She built shelter from whale bones and driftwood, gathered roots and shellfish, caught fish using sharpened sticks, and kept a fire alive using stone sparks. She drank from a freshwater spring and even raised dogs, who became her companions and guards. For years, she lived without human contact, guided only by memory, instinct, and ancestral knowledge. Yet perhaps she wasn't entirely isolated. Seal hunters, smugglers, and even Chinese fishermen were known to pass near the island. One 1847 newspaper claimed that sailors saw a woman and tried to take her, but she escaped into tall grass. These encounters, if true, suggest brief flickers of contact that never changed her fate. In 1853, a fur trapper named George Nidever finally reached her after several failed attempts. She greeted him warmly, speaking in a language no one understood. Before leaving, she packed her belongings: fishhooks, bone needles, a grinding stone, even the decaying head of a seal. These objects were more than tools. They were her world. In Santa Barbara, she became a sensation. People watched her dance, listened to her speak, and marveled at her calm presence. But within weeks, she died of illness, likely dysentery, something her body had never encountered. She was buried at the mission. Her language, her people, and her story nearly vanished with her. Her life inspired the novel Island of the Blue Dolphins, which asks a haunting question: would you trade years of quiet survival for a few final weeks among people? Juana Maria may have found peace in her solitude, watching dolphins leap through the surf, surrounded by wind and silence. But when the moment came, she stepped aboard that ship. Perhaps, like all of us, she longed not just to survive, but to be seen.